from the Pine Belt Arena in Toms River, New Jersey, StatelinerSports.com proudly presents Phillipsburg High School Wrestling. Tonight, it is the New Jersey Group 4 Finals, matching the Stateliners against the Green Wave of Long Branch. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mike Moore, and along with Bob Kerp, we'll be bringing you all the hold-by-hold of tonight's matchup. Phillipsburg Wrestling is a service of the Rothman Institute, a worldwide leader in orthopedics, an official orthopedic partner of the NJSIAA. Visit RothmanInstitute.com. By Ahart, Frenzy & Smith, recognized as one of the leading insurance agencies in the United States. Find out more at AFSinsurance.com. By Urco Credit Union, 450 Hillcrest Boulevard in Phillipsburg and 2240 Northampton Street in Easton. Great rates, low fees. Visit us at urcocu.com. By Open Mic, for exclusive coverage of the Stateliners and the entire Hunterdon and Warren, Sussex area, follow Mike Weileman's blog at mikeopen.blogspot.com. And by Welcome to the Pit, a history of Phillipsburg wrestling is available. Order yours on Amazon today. Stateliners come into tonight's match at 16-2. Long Branch is 23-4. Phillipsburg advancing to the final with a victory over Roxbury, 50-12 in the morning round. And Long Branch got here beating Highland Regional 49-21. Long Branch is the Central Jersey champion. The Stateliners are champs of North Jersey Section 2. We'll be beginning the match at 138 pounds. For Phillipsburg, Cody Harrison, a junior, 25-3 against either Ryan Carey, a sophomore, 16-12, or senior Nick Lunn, 5-8. 145, Jason Zinsmeister of Phillipsburg, a junior, 15-11, against Isaac Showit, a senior, 19-11 for Long Branch. 152 for Phillipsburg, either senior Josh Myers, Ramos, 17-8, or senior Brian Meyer, 28-2, against either Louis Sayez, a senior, 14-8, or junior Luke Arnold, 21-4 for Long Branch. 160, either Ramos or Meyer, against Sayez or Arnold. 170, Lance Wissing of Phillipsburg, a senior, 31-3, against either Edgar Padilla, a sophomore, 13-15, or Daniel Santos Silva, a senior, 26-6. 182, Austin Roth, a junior, 17-9 for the Stateliners, against either Padilla or Santos Silva. 195, Shamir Brodders for Phillipsburg, a senior, 14-12, against senior Peter Wersinger, 29-3. 220, either Brodders or Cody Crutch for Phillipsburg, a sophomore, 10-10, against either Jael Cordero, a senior, 12-6, or sophomore Tracy Taylor, 8-3. 285, Pat Sharp of Phillipsburg, a senior, 19-13, against junior Kevin Cerruti, 28-3 for the Green Wave. 106, Logan Matsko of Phillipsburg, a freshman, 14-13, against freshman Joseph Conlon, 8-10. 113, Cullen Day of Phillipsburg, a senior, 24-8, against either Ray Guzman, a junior, 16-11, or sophomore Ryan Zimmerman, 31-3. 120, Phillipsburg's Travis Jones, a junior, 30-4, or junior Bryce Parenti, 2-0, against senior Chris Dean, 23-9. 126 for Phillipsburg, either junior Brendan Fox, 1-11, or junior Luke Harden, 2-5, against junior Steve Pabone, 10-7. 132 for Phillipsburg, either junior Kyle Tino, 18-8, or junior TJ Abode, 3-6, against Stavini Silva, a junior, 14-11 for Long Branch. There are some common opponents for the two teams. Phillipsburg beating Middletown North 32-30, and Long Branch beat them 31-28. They each wrestled Ocean. Phillipsburg winning 50-21, and Long Branch 36-23. And they each wrestled Warren Hills. Stateliners winning that one 53-14, and Long Branch defeated the Blue Streaks 53-11. Long Branch competing in District 23, coached by Danny George in his 28th year. And the Stateliners coached by Dave Post in his 8th. Our referees for this final will be Bob Hennig and John Reitz. Got a good crowd on hand. They have switched the bleachers and the mats around from our three earlier rounds of wrestling. The Group 5 championship going to Howell. The Group 1 championship going to Paulsboro. Paulsboro in the final beat Emerson Park Ridge 32-22. And in the Group 5 final, Howell defeated Southern 33-15. The parochial championships, I believe it's parochial A, is being wrestled now. That's way down the far mat. And then later we'll have the, after this round is over, they'll have the Group 3 championship. We're also, High Point and Raritan are going at it in Group 2. That's in the mat directly adjacent to Phillipsburg and Long Branch. So this is it, Bob. This is the drive for 5. The Stateliners in the finals looking for their 5th consecutive group championship.
Phillipsburg got a good match early today, somewhat of a tune-up for this evening's finals. And for Long Branch, they also did well, but a bit of a different lineup for Long Branch than what they had earlier in the year. There were 4 wrestlers who had spent some significant varsity time that are not with them today.
Stateliners won the toss. That gives, I know, a lot of people in the stands some more confidence. So we'll begin at 1:38. And it'll be Cody Harrison for Phillipsburg. Phillipsburg's got to be out this one first. Wrestlers have to report to the, well, they were reporting the scorer's table number 2. They have to go over to number 1. Then we'll get that straightened out. It is Ryan Carey. Carey's a sophomore, 16-12. Cody Harrison of Phillipsburg, a junior, 25-3. Bob Hennig will be the referee for this first bout, and we're underway. Stateliners in their predominantly white singlet with garnet and gray trim. Harrison in on a double, has a takedown and leads 2-0. Long Branch in the predominantly white with green trim.
Cody Harrison pursues a double take like nobody. He gets his arms around those legs and just drives.
We are 13 seconds in, and Dave Post has shed the sport coat. Harrison will cut Carey, and it's 2-1. Cody had a fall in 3:28 over Scott Jarose of Roxbury, who came in at 27-5 in the first round today. Harrison, front head and arm, spinning around to Carey's left, hooks the leg. Harrison has a takedown, leads 4-1.
Both wrestlers weighing in today at 139.5. Carey did not appear in any of the common opponent matches.
This is one that Dave Post thought the Stateliners would get in whatever the matchup, whether it was Harrison against Carey or Nick Lunn. Harrison has the left arm behind the back of Carey, lays down on top of that arm. Right on the edge of the mat, reaching in for the right wrist. Right on the edge of the mat in front of the scorer's table and the Stateliner bench across the way. And he will take Carey off, and we'll get a fresh start.
The semifinals, the Stateliners managed to give up only 2 takedowns. We'll see how they dominate on their feet tonight.
And Harrison's going to cut him, so it's 4-2. Cody had 3 takedowns and converted the 3rd one into the fall. As he faked a shot, Carey sprawled. Harrison have half a shot at the leg and another, and on a double, and he has the takedown. Harrison with 22 seconds to go. Goes out in front 6-2. And they'll get a fresh start with 14 seconds remaining.
That was just hot pursuit once again.
Carey is ready. Harrison, right hand tight waist, chops at that left elbow, reaches inside now for the left wrist. Breaks down Carey. Looking at a lever with 5 seconds to go. And Cody Harrison will ride out the first period. The Stateliner Jr. is ahead 6-2. Cody with 74 career wins, 2-time district champ, 3rd in the region a year ago and 8th in the state. Ranked 5th in this weight class by NJ.com. And Carey chooses underneath and Harrison gives him an escape. So it's 6-3 in the second. In on a double as Harrison walks him around, trying to step through. Harrison has the takedown, gonna try and stack him up. 1 count. Now a half Nelson and a body press by Cody Harrison. Looking in as referee, Bob Hennig in the fall. .222 for Cody Harrison. And Phillipsburg jumps on top of Long Branch, 6-0.
Very effective start for Harrison with 4 takedowns, and then the last one to be in the killer.
This is going to be Jason Zinsmeister for Phillipsburg. Zinsmeister is a junior, 15-11, and it is Isaac Showett, a senior, 19-11 for Long Branch. Zinsmeister was held out of the morning semifinal. Ryan Mitzak went for the Stateliners at 145. Front head and arm by Zinsmeister. Trying to snap down Showett. Stalemate's called by referee Bob Hennig.
Showett just a half-pound heavier than Zinsmeister.
Zinsmeister again tried to snap down on the head. 30 seconds in, no advantage here at 145. Zinsmeister dives in at the right leg, can't get it. Trying to underhook the left shoulder. Zinsmeister's comfortable with those with throws. Offensively, he's a leg wrestler. Right in the center of the mat here in Toms River. That's, by the way, the far side, the parochial B championship being wrestled in this round. Zinsmeister reaches for a leg, can't get it. Showett goes, and Zinsmeister plants him. Looking in is Bob Hulligan to fall. Zinsmeister with a headlock and got the fall in 1:12. And after 2, it's Phillipsburg 12 and Long Branch nothing.
That's a rousing start for Phillipsburg.
I believe this is Luis Saez as Stateliners won the flip. It's Saez, so this, I believe, will be Brian Meyer for Phillipsburg. Saez is a senior, 14-8. No, it's going to be Ramos. I'm sorry. It is Josh Ramos. He is a senior, 17-8. Luis Saez is a senior, 14-8.
Saez is said to have a nice throw.
Yep, both of these guys like throws. As they backpedal towards the center. So the Stateliners couldn't have asked for a better start. They have a pair of falls from Cody Harrison and Jason Zinsmeister.
Saez at 153.3, Ramos 152.9.
Taps at the shoulder. Wrestled 30 seconds and neither wrestler has attempted a leg shot. Power shrug by Ramos. Can't finish it. Now he horses him down to his knees. Underhook. Saez blocking him off with his left arm. Ramos trying to spin around behind, and he's got a takedown, and Ramos leads 2-0. Ramos trying to bar the left arm. It's with the claw on the right shoulder, and he has the right wrist. Weight high in the back, trying to tilt. 1 count, 2 on Ramos, 3, 4, 5. That's 3 back points coming. Ramos over Saez as he tilts him for 3. Trying to load up a hazard this time. Saez trying to stand. Ramos reaches inside for the right wrist, looking for a cradle. Under 30 seconds to go here in the first. Now he's got the right arm and clawing on that right shoulder. Same move on the tilt before. 1 count, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3 more back points for Josh Ramos. Saez stands. Ramos at the edge of the mat, trying to hang on now, drops down to a leg. Pressure on the head on Ramos, spinning at the edge. Ramos off the mat with Ramos as the period ends. Period ends. It is 8-0. Josh Ramos of Phillipsburg after 1. Saez underneath to start the second.
Ramos looking stronger and more active than he did earlier today, Mike, and he seems more comfortable.
It's a caution, I believe, on Ramos. Ramos, Saez stands. Ramos will cut him. 8-1. Working takedowns. Saez driving in on the right leg of Ramos. Ramos blocked that off. Working on hand and wrist control. So Ramos trying to underhook the left shoulder. We're 30 seconds into the second. Josh Ramos of Phillipsburg out in front, 8-1. Stateliners lead the match 12-0, and they're off neutral. Stalking each other. Ramos with pressure on the head. Again, they circle each other. Ramos on the outside, near the edge of the circle. Saez is in on Ramos's right leg behind the knee. Tries to trip with the left and gets the takedown. It is 8-3. Phillipsburg winning the flip here, so Stateliners certainly think to get 1 out of Brian Meyer, but they would like 2 here with Josh Ramos. Ramos is set. Saez taking control of the right wrist. Ramos stands. Ramos tearing at the hands. He's out. On the escape, 9-3. Ramos. Saez trying to get in on a leg. Ramos sprawls. Ramos trying to spin around. He's behind. Saez going to get a knee to the mat. He does. Takedown for Ramos. Stateliner Senior now up 11-3, and he'll try to load up a tilt again. 15 seconds to go in the second.
That was a good counter by Josh Ramos.
Reaches inside for the right wrist. With 3 seconds to go, he runs out of time with Ramos ahead 11-3 after 2. And Ramos chooses neutral in the third. Now we're going to get some injury time for Luis Saez.
They had one common opponent. That was Ocean's Emerson DeRose. Ramos got a fall in 3-11, and Saez got a victory 7-2.
The District 9 tournament opens next Saturday morning. 9:30 is the quarterfinal round.
Ramos lost earlier today, 5-4, trailing in the third period, and went out neutral without getting a takedown. But he seemed very focused in this one so far. Looked good on the 2 takedowns. The first in the first period was more of a horse tie, and then scrambled down to his base and got a leg. The one here in the second period was a counter to a takedown attempt by Saez.
All right, we're back to the action. Starting the third with Ramos on top, 11-3. Third bout of 14, and Stateliners lead the match 12-0. Saez tapping at the head of Ramos. Ramos is fine laying back. You know, if you're not going to shoot, I guess I win.
Yeah. Saez likes to throw, and being down late here, you'd think that's what he's going to do.
Dives in on a leg, and Ramos sprawling. Ramos looking to knee tap. And then spin around to Ramos's to the left. Saez in on the right leg. Ramos sprawls again. Ramos trying to horse Saez to his back. And Saez rolls on through with a takedown. It's 11-5 in favor of Ramos.
Ramos had a good counter, just got too high, and Saez rolled through.
1 minute to go in the bout. Saez riding out the right side. Ramos stands, tries to pry those hands apart. They're off the mat with Saez still in control and 51 seconds to wrestle. Ramos getting set, hands and knees. Coach Danny George of Long Branch is a pacer, and pacing right in front of us. Ramos stands, trying to pull those hands apart. Saez drops down to Ramos's right leg behind the knee. Ramos trying to horse himself out of there and gets the escape. 12-5. Ramos, you got to go, is Coach George telling his wrestler Saez with under 30 seconds to go in the bout. Ramos tying, Russian tie in the left arm. Wrestlers break apart. Ramos circling. 15 seconds to go. Saez missed, and Ramos spun around for a takedown. It is 14-5. He's built to the major with 6 seconds to go. Josh Ramos is going to pick up a bonus point for Phillipsburg. 14-5 at 152. We are through 3. It's Phillipsburg 16 and Long Branch nothing.
Very effective for Ramos there in his counters.
Brian Meyer going up to 160. It was the opposite earlier today. Meyer is a senior. He is 28-2. And it's Luke Arnold, a junior, 21-4 for the Green Wave.
Brian looked terrific this morning.
Meyer reaches for the left leg, can't pull it in. Now has a front head and arm. Spinning around to the right side, a takedown for Meyer. He will cut Arnold. And it's 2-1. Meyer circles to his left. Pressure on the head. Meyer's in on a double, drags his toes at the edge. He'll get a takedown as they go off. Ryan Meyer goes out in front 4-1.
Meyer had 9 takedowns this morning before finally pinning Evan Vasquez.
He will give Arnold an escape. 4-2, working takedowns again. Meyer fights for hand and wrist control. Tapping at the head. Wanted a power shrug. Stopped that halfway through. Meyer now looking to Russian tie. Tries to drag him on by, then to the left leg, and Meyer has his third takedown, leading 6-2. Riding out the left side, looked up at Dave Post, see if he wanted to cut him. Right hand thigh pry. Takes the right elbow, gonna try and stack him up with that. 15 seconds to go in the first. Meyer maintaining control. Blood time for Luke Arnold of Long Branch. Phillipsburg leading 16-0. They got a fall from Cody Harrison with a half Nelson in 2:12. Jason Zinsmeister a fall. Kind of a headlock and a throw in a minute 12. Josh Ramos won a 14-5 major at 152. And he got the takedown to get the major in the last 10 seconds. And here we are at 160 with third place finisher in the state a year ago, Brian Meyer and Luke Arnold.
Arnold appeared against Warren Hills and got a 10-0 victory against Nick Hildebrand in the only bout against common opponent. He did not appear, Mike, against Ocean or Mountain.
Meyer traps the left ankle. Arnold tried to roll. First period ends 6-2. Brian Meyer. Meyer's choice. He will go underneath to start the second. Arnold finishing second last year in District 23 and his Region 6 fifth place finisher. Meyer stands right away. He's out in 2 seconds. And Meyer leads 7-2. Meyer dives in on the left leg. Sprawling is Arnold. Meyer tries to snap down. Tapping at the head. At the edge, Meyer dives in. Arnold sprawling, and they're off the mat. Minute 25 to go in the second. Meyer again fights for hand and wrist control. Half a shot by Arnold, and Meyer spins behind for a takedown to go up 9-2.
Yeah, we've seen wrestlers who figure, well, Brian's going to take me down. I might as well just try something. But if they don't go in with conviction, Meyer's counter is going to win.
Gives them an escape, 9-3. Off they go in front of the scorer's table across the way. Arnold 10-6. Get more blood time for Arnold. 10-6 as a freshman. 25-13 last year. And 21-4 so far this season. Meyer's taken off the headgear to get a little breather across the way, talking with coaches Dave Post and Brad Gensel and trainer Dwayne Bryda.
Meyer's just been dominant on his feet, and he rides very well.
They have stopped the blood flow. Meyer's going to give up, or rather had given up the escape. 9-3. 45 seconds to wrestle in the second. Meyer with 4 takedowns and an escape for his 9. And Arnold has 3 escapes for 3. Meyer reaches inside for a leg, can't get it. Meyer has stayed on the attack. Meyer dives in, there's a stalling call on Arnold. Meyer circles around with that leg, gets a takedown to go up 11-3. And he will ride out here the second period. 11-3, Brian Meyer after 2. Arnold chooses down in the third. Meyer, right hand tight waist. Takes control of the left arm. Reaching inside for the left wrist. And a tilt. Trying to tilt Arnold to his left. Off they go in front of the Long Branch bench, just to our left, 19 seconds into the third.
Didn't quite have enough on that tilt to keep him there for longer than a second. So Arnold may have lost the contact.
Arnold is set. Meyer, right hand tight waist, chops at that left elbow. Flattens him out. Pressuring on the right elbow, looking for a crossface. I said this morning, Brian Meyer never stops working.
It's very controlled, though. I mean, there was no wasted effort. It's very focused.
Tried to hit a crossface there, and referee Bob Hennig stopped it. He's going to give him a point for that crossface.
He had some force behind it, but I didn't think it was anything out of line.
That may be
certainly not the hardest one we've seen today.
Right. Well, you know, and as many as we've seen this year, I think that's the first point I saw that anyone gave up. Meyer needing now to get a takedown to build to the major again, up 11-5. Tries to snap down and spins around to his left, gets a takedown. Meyer leading 13-5, 1 count, 2 back points for Meyer. Now leading 15-5. Right in front of our Stateliner Sports Network camera. Meyer takes the left wrist, takes him off the mat at 21 seconds. Stateliner's up 16-0, and Brian Meyer on his way here to a major with 21 seconds to go. Wraps that right hand tight waist around the left side. Takes the left wrist. Under 10 seconds to go. Stateliner fans want stalling. Meyer will win a 15-5 major decision at 160. We are through 4. It's Phillipsburg 20 and Long Branch nothing.
Another solid performance for Brian Meyer with 7 takedowns.
Lance Wissing for Phillipsburg at 170. Wissing is a senior, 31-3. It is Edgar Padilla, the sophomore, 13-15. Facing Brian Meyer, facing Lance Wissing. Wissing likes the throws, and he's looking for a bear hug or a headlock right away. Has the right arm and a Russian tie and hits the throw, and he plants Padilla and a body press on the right shoulder. Wissing looking up at the Stateliner coaches to see what he can do to improve here on the edge of the mat. Trying to pick up on the head of Padilla. He, as Joe Zadalis would say, he made the landing stick, and he's able to come off his back. 5-point play for Wissing. He leads 5-0. Reaches across for the left elbow. We'll try and walk that around. Padilla comes up to his feet, and they're off the mat at 5-1. Minute 6 to wrestle in the first. Gonna look for a throw again. Drops down to a leg off the throw attempt and are off the mat. No advantage. Almost on to the High Point Raritan match. Right next door.
Padilla at 169.7.
Looking for a cement job.
Wissing at 176.
Inside trip. Has him off balance. Padilla hanging on to Wissing's upper left arm. Has the right arm out. The throw. And rolling on through is Padilla, but a takedown for Wissing to go up 7-1. Reaching for a cross-face cradle at the left elbow. Under 20 seconds to wrestle in the first. 7-1 Wissing. Left hand tight waist on a tilt. 2 count. 2 back points for Wissing. He leads 9-1. And that will be the end of the first period. 9-1 Lance Wissing over Edgar Padilla. Wissing third in the King of the Mountain, third in the Hurricane, top ranked in his weight class by LehighValleyLive.com. Neutral is the choice in the second. Wissing trying to tie up the wrists. Trying to maybe set up that step-through throw.
He does that so well.
Snaps him down, spins around behind, and then tries to throw him the other way, and they're off neutral. 30 seconds into the second.
And it seems like Padilla's instructions here are, do not get pinned.
Well, he took a shot and missed it, got taken down. It's 11-1. Wissing controlling the left elbow. Wissing has Padilla flattened out right in the center of the mat, bars the left arm. Lays on top of that arm. Just under a minute to wrestle here in the second. Wissing still has control, reaches inside now for the left wrist. Maintaining control right in the center of the mat. There's a stalling call, stalling warning on Padilla. "20 seconds to wrestle. Wissing maintaining control out the left side. Stopped potentially dangerous with 10 seconds to go. Padilla will get set. And now Wissing, left hand tight waist, right elbow, has that side headlock and a leg in, gives up on that. Now looking for a power half. 3 seconds to go. And Wissing will go on top 11-1 after 2. And will be neutral in the third. Wissing tried to pick up on a leg and hit a throw. Then Padilla takes a shot at Wissing to go off in front of the scoreboard across the way.
Padilla's been able to feel it coming and try to belly down.
That was a caution on Padilla. Wissing missed on a leg shot. Again, goes up high, looking for a throw. Reaches for a leg, reaching for a leg. Wissing's behind him, trying to pull him back onto the mat. Off the mat they go at 1.5 minutes to wrestle. Wissing has the major, but trying desperately to lock up something and get a fall here. State Liners lead the match 20-0. There's a two-leg tackle by Wissing to go up 13-1 as they go off with 1:22 to wrestle. Padilla getting set. And now Wissing, left-hand tight waist. That's a caution. I believe that's a second caution on Padilla. Caution, that's on Padilla, definitely. Bob Henning may have called that first one on himself, but that's two cautions for sure against Padilla. Wissing trying to work a tilt there in the whistle. Out the left side. Now trying to drive from the right side. They're stalling. That is a point. That's 14-1 for Wissing. 1 minute to wrestle. It's going to cut him. 14-2. Backing off the mat is a point, and it is now for Wissing, and it's now 15-2. So this takedown could end it, would end it. Wissing ducks under, missed it. Back pedal to the center. Wissing in on the left leg. Diving away was Padilla, but off the mat. Not hit for fleeing the mat. With 37 seconds to go in the bout. Wissing snaps down, spins around behind on a roll. Wissing has the takedown and he'll get the technical fall. 17-2 in 5:31. We are through 5. It is Phillipsburg 25 and Long Branch nothing. .182, Austin Roth for Phillipsburg. Roth is a junior. He is 17-9. Believe this will be Daniel Santos Silva. It is Santos Silva. 15 seconds in and no advantage here at 182. Roth coming off a win in the first round today, wrestling at 182, won a 5-2 decision over Taha Khan of Roxbury.
He looked good doing it too.
Yeah, I think he gave up the first takedown as they go off the mat and almost into the bleachers.
A little help from the stands there.
Yes, he gave up the first takedown, then came back with 5.
Yeah, it was that near takedown near the end of the first period that gave him some confidence that he applied in the second and third.
Santos Silva is in on Roth's left leg behind the knee. Roth hopping up and down, able to extend the right leg and avoid the takedown.
Roth did well to fight that off. Santos Silva at 170.9 and Roth at 178.2.
Just under a minute to go here in the first. Roth looking for something up high. Santos Silva fights his way after that, trying to control the right arm of Roth at the elbow. And there's a stalling warning against Phillipsburg's Austin Roth. First warning. Roth feigning a shot at the legs. .30 seconds to go here in a scoreless first. Either wrestler has come close to a takedown. Best effort, I think, was by Santos Silva just in front of us. And they're off at 16 seconds. Stateliners have a 25-0 lead in the match. Final 3 seconds. And we will be scoreless here at 182.
That's our first scoreless first period.
Austin Roth of Phillipsburg will go down to start the second. That's a caution on Roth. That's a caution now on Santos Silva, one apiece.
Through 5 bouts, Phillipsburg with a 20-2 advantage in takedowns.
Santos Silva finishing second last year in District 23. Roth stands and he's out. Roth has an escape, leads 1-0. And we are back to working takedowns here at 182. Santos Silva finishing third this year in the Neptune Classic and third in the Hawk Classic.
He picked up wins against Middletown North, Ocean Township, and Warren Hills, but didn't face any of the guys that Roth faced.
Roth just gave up a point for stalling. It's 1-1. Again, neither wrestler have been very close to a takedown here. Roth circles at the edge. They're off right in front of referee Bob Hennig. 1:04 to wrestle in the second.
Roth's got to be careful with the backpedaling here. Now he's advancing a bit more.
Off they go. Bob Hennig now saying something to Santos Silva. And a point awarded to Roth. So Roth is on top 2-1. Looking for an inside tie on Roth. Roth then looking for a barrel roll. Santos Silva trying to spin around with him. Roth trying to block him off with his left arm. Santos Silva still spinning. Roth comes up to his feet, and there's still no advantage. Just under 30 seconds to go, and they go off neutral.
That was a strength move there by Austin Roth, fighting off that takedown attempt.
22 seconds to go here in the second. Brief discussion at the scorer's table. 15 seconds to go. Roth with half a shot. And Roth, who I think took a blow to the face, he's going to get a little injury time. Stateliner coach Dave Post, along with trainer Dwayne Bryan and assistant coach Brian Kopeski coming out. Dave's in his 8th season at Phillipsburg, 128-20. Two-time Express Times Coach of the Year. Stateliners bidding for their 5th consecutive group championship.
And they're be their 22nd overall.
All right, we're back to it. Working takedowns again here at 182. 3 seconds to go here in the second. It's going to be Santos Silva's choice in the third. He'll go underneath with a 2-1 lead for Roth. Santos Silva stands, and he's out. So we are tied at 2 on the escape by Santos Silva.
Did a stand and then hit a sit there at the edge, and I think Roth might have thought they were out of bounds and it was over.
So working takedowns where neither one has been successful. Roth tried to shrug him on by. That doesn't work. Roth shoots in at the left leg. Then Santos Silva, they circle at the edge. Roth diving in at the edge, and they're off. And now a minute 28 to go. I think he just awarded a point to Long Branch. He did, so it's 3-2 because Roth pushed Santos Silva away. So it's 3-2. It's penalty points galore in this bout at 182.
Yeah, one on each side. In that case, it was because they went off and Silva didn't get off Roth fast enough to suit Roth, so he pushed him.
Back to the takedown battle here at 182. Roth looking to set up a throw. Then reaches for a leg at the edge. Santos Silva tried to spin around. Roth blocks him off with his left arm. And they're off the mat at a minute 6 to go. One minute to wrestle. Roth trailing 3-2. They work for the collar tie. Roth dives in. Can't pull in a leg. Trying to underhook the left shoulder. And they're off at 37 seconds to go in regulation. Roth tried to snap down in the head, backs up, takes a look at the clock, 30 seconds to go. Roth dives in, misses, round behind him. Padilla can't finish, 19 seconds to go. Roth with half a shot again at the edge. There's a stalling call on Santos Silva. That comes with 11 seconds to go. Final 5. Roth half a shot at the leg, another half shot, and that'll be a 3-2 decision for Daniel Santos Silva of Long Branch at 182. We are through 6. It's Phillipsburg 25. And Long Branch 3. Now I think the Stateliners are going to forfeit here to Peter Wersinger. No, they're going to send out Shamir Broaders. Oh, no, they're not. It's Kyrie Wallace. Kyrie Wallace coming out. He is making his varsity debut.
Well, we've seen of him in JV bouts. He is strong, but kind of raw. Doesn't have a lot of experience.
Likes the headlocks if he gets an opportunity. So Peter Wersinger and Kyrie Wallace here at 195. Wallace had a shot at a front head and arm. Kyrie Wallace weighs 190.3. And Wersinger is at 194. Wersinger reaches for the right leg, can't get it. 45 seconds into the first, no advantage. Phillipsburg will move Shamir Broders up to 220. Wersinger's in on Wallace's left leg behind the knee and has a takedown. Wersinger on top, 2-0. Works a tilt. 2 count. 3, 4. Two back points for Wersinger. And he leads Wallace 4-0. Looking for a cross-face cradle, controlling the left elbow. Now pulling that across the body. May have a cross-face out the left side. He has a cross-face cradle and has Wallace over on his back. Looking in is referee Bob Hennig. Wallace trying to kick out of that cradle, and he's able to belly down, but that's 3 back points for Wersinger. And he leads 7-0. 4 seconds to go in the first. Wallace is set. Wersinger tries to wrap that tight waist around. And the first period ends with Wersinger on top, 7-0. Wersinger defers. Wallace will choose neutral to start the second.
So making his varsity debut here in the state championships, you would assume Wallace's objective here is just to avoid as many bonus points as possible.
Wersinger dives in at the left leg behind the knee. Trying to pull that through. Has a takedown. Wersinger leads 9-0. And they go off the mat across the way. Stateliners lead the match 25-3. This is the 7th of 14. We're at 195. Wersinger, right hand tight waist, left elbow. Again, trying to lock up that crossface. Controlling the left elbow, trying to pull that all the way across the body. And may want to walk around in front with that. Now is he going to try and lock up the crossface? Yep, he's behind the left knee. Cannot lock up the cradle. Still has control of that left elbow. Walking that out in front. Now he's got a cradle. Takes Wallace over with the cradle. Again, referee Bob Hennig is looking in. Got a lot of time to go here in the second. And he's able to belly down. 12-0 Wersinger.
Looks like he really had that cradle tight, but somehow Kyrie got to turn out of it.
Barring the left arm, taking the right wrist. Trying to walk over with that bar. 2 count. 3, 4, 5, and the fall. Comes in 3:35. So we are through 7. It is Phillipsburg 25 and Long Branch 9. So we'll go to 220. This is going to be Shamir Broders for Phillipsburg.
This will be Lakim Morris.
Okay. Shamir Broders is a senior, 14 and 12. And Lakim Morris. Morris is a junior, 12 and 2. Stateliners with a lead in the match, 25-9. Broders weighs 184.7.
Morris at 193.4.
Wrestled over 30 seconds, no advantage. John Reese is the referee for the remaining 7 bouts. Looking for a Russian tie is Brodders. Just under a minute to go here in a scoreless first. Morris diving in on a double. He's behind Brodders and gets the takedown. Morris leads 2-0. Riding out the left side, Brodders stands. Brodders is out. On the escape, it's 2-1. Off the mat they go, right in front of the Stateliner bench.
Both Brodders and Morris picked up pins against Ocean Township, but they did not face the same man.
Fighting for hand and wrist control.
Brodders has done well of late. Better on his feet, more poised.
First period ends with Laquim Morris ahead of Phillipsburg's Shamir Brodders, 2-1. Brodders underneath to start the second. Shamir stands, and he's out. Bout's tied at 2. Working takedowns. There's a counter really by Morris to get a takedown in the first. Dives in on the left leg. Brodders pressures on the head, tries to spin around, and Morris able to fight him off. Morris is in on the left leg of Brodders and hopping up and down on the right foot. They go off the mat. Brodders trying to get behind the head of Morris. 1 minute to wrestle here in the second. Brodders trying to penetrate through the legs at the edge. Trying to spin around behind his Morris. Brodders spins with him. No advantage. 49 seconds to go in the second. Brodders looking over to Dave Post for some instruction, and Brian Kopeski, who works with the Stateliner heavier wrestlers. Morris trying to trap the right wrist and then reach for the right leg. Couldn't pull it in. Morris with a shot. Brodders sprawls. 30 seconds to go here in the second. 2-2 bout. It's going to be Morris's choice in the third.
They're not really dancing here. Both guys are trying to take shots of varying degrees.
Again, fighting for hand and wrist control. Final 5 seconds here of the second. And we are 2-2 after 2. Morris's choice in the third. Morris looks over to his coaches, and he's going to take down. Morris is set. Brodders right hand tight waist. Morris stands right away. He's out. Morris has an escape and a 3-2 lead. The only takedown belongs to Morris. Again, I think at this point, the Stateliners have 5 bonus point wins. So they would be okay with giving up a decision here at 220. They're leading it 25-9. This is the 8th of 14. Broaders has a takedown. Broaders goes on top. 4-3. Morris stands. And they go off with Broaders still in control.
Morris was out very quickly to start this period, so you got to figure it's going to be tough for Shamir to hold him.
He's just going to let him go.
Yeah.
So on the escape, we are 4-4 and working takedowns.
Shamir now try to win it on his feet.
And if he can do that, he would put a real dent in the Green Wave plans. They did not expect to drop 220. 45 seconds to go in regulation. Front head and arm by Morris. Ducking under. Double leg for Broaders. Trying to now pull the right leg through. Broaders goes up to the head with a cradle at the edge. Nope, no advantage. 27 seconds to go in regulation.
He just ran out of real estate there, but he had a couple good attempts.
Stateliner fans with the applause for Shamir Broaders to our right. Diving in is Morris, and Morris has a takedown with 20 seconds to go. He goes up 6-4, trying to bar the left arm of Broaders. Final 10 seconds. Broaders stands. Broaders is out. It is 6-5, 5 seconds to wrestle. Broaders quickly dove in, could not get anything, and he will drop a 6-5 decision to Lakim Morris of Long Branch. We're through 8. It's Phillipsburg 25 and Long Branch 12. Long Branch has a fall, 2 regular decisions. The Stateliners have 2 falls, a technical fall, and 2 majors. This will be Kevin Cerruti. Kevin Cerruti is a junior, 28-3. Pat Sharp of Phillipsburg's a senior, 19-13. Sharp's a lot taller than Cerruti's a lot taller than Sharp. Both of the bigger heavies. Sharp weighs 281.9.
Cerruti at 283.1. We were counseled earlier that Cerruti's a two-way tackle in football and a very active heavyweight.
This wrestler's fighting for position here. Sharp circles at the edge. Morris reaches for, Cerruti reaches for a leg. .40 seconds gone here, scoreless first. Sharp looking for an inside tie. We have a minute gone in the first. Cerruti 28-3. And Sharp at 19-13. Cerruti 4th in District 23 last year, but 3rd in Region 6. He had 20 wins a year ago and 27 coming into today. Picked up a win in the first round. He's 28-3. And wants to snap down on Sharp's head. Wrestlers break apart. Cerruti tries to come in on the legs, and off they go.
They're getting very close to our Stateliner location. It's one thing for the lightweights, another thing for the heavy guys.
Yes, they are a lot bigger than the Stateliner Sports Network crew, I'll tell you that. Final 3 seconds. Stalling warning on Sharp as the first period comes to a close. Cerruti's choice. Cerruti will take and down, and Sharp's going to cut him. So Cerruti, yeah, Cerruti's going to, Sharp's going to cut him. It's 1-0.
Cerruti was not in the starting lineup earlier in the year, as Long Branch had Aiden Watson. He's been out for an injury.
I mean, at this point in the match, I think Phillipsburg again would be very comfortable giving up a regular decision here. And that's why Sharp immediately went to cut Cerruti and give up that point. I mean, Sharp was holding his own on his feet. 30 seconds gone here in the second. So I would think, Bob, on even if it's 1-0 here after 2, I would think Sharp would take neutral in the third. This is about the team, you know, at this point, and not individuals.
Sure, avoiding bonus points, and Pat Sharp has been a very intelligent wrestler that way.
1 minute to go in the second. 1-0 lead for Cerruti. The only stalling warning belongs to Pat Sharp right at the end of the first. Cerruti looking for an inside tie. Sharp circles him. The Long Branch coach George imploring for a stalling call on Pat Sharp. .30 seconds to go. Cerruti's going to push him off. They're back neutral at 26 seconds. Brian Kopeski up and shouting instructions to Pat Sharp.
Well, these heavyweights have been engaged in, grappling up top. They're not distant, which is what we saw earlier today in between our rounds.
Stateliners have won the last 4 Group 4 championships. Trying to make it 5 straight. Final 10 seconds. Off they go at 3 seconds to go in the second. Cerruti driving right in, and we are through 2. Sharp's choice. He chooses neutral. Cerruti, I think, has to be the aggressor here. I think Long Branch has got to figure they need bonus here.
And he largely has been. Sharp's done enough.
There's a stalling call against Sharp. That's a point. 2-0 Cerruti.
Sharp says to demonstrate some forward motion.
30 seconds gone here in the third. Circles at the edge. Cerruti drives in, and Sharp thought about throwing him on by, and they're off the mat just to the right of the scorer's table.
Yeah, he would have been on by, would have been in the stands at that point because they were out of real estate.
Sharp trying to tie up the left wrist. Cerruti tries to snap down on the head. 1 minute to go in the bout. Cerruti leads 2-0. Stateliners lead this match 25-12.
Pat Sharp has held his own in this.
.40 seconds to go. Sharp trailing 2-0 on a second period escape, third period stalling point. Cerruti's just not able to budge that head, push the head low on Pat Sharp.
And really, Cerruti's hasn't circled around behind. He hasn't taken a leg shot. He's trying to do up top, and Sharp's just not letting him.
15 seconds to go in regulation.
It's been a good job, Pat Sharp.
Absolutely. Sometimes it's not about winning. It'll be a 2-0 decision. Oh, Cerruti just took a shot at the face of Pat Sharp. Cerruti wins a 2-0 decision at 285. We are through 9. It's Phillipsburg 25 and Long Branch 15. Logan Matsko for Phillipsburg. The freshman is 14 and 13. We think this will be Joe Conlon.
This is Dylan Kelleher.
Okay. He was held out. Kelleher weighs 102. Kelleher is a sophomore, 10 and 8 on the season. Matsko has a takedown. Matsko leading 2-0. Reaching inside for the left wrist. Trying to set up a hazard. Hooking the right leg. Kelleher trying to peel it from his right wrist. And Matsko grabs it again and trying to work a hazard tilt. Matsko controlling that right wrist. Working it on Dylan Kelleher. Out the right side, now had the arm barred. Maintains control. 1 minute to wrestle in the first. Early takedown for Matsko, trying to work a tilt to the right. Matsko keeps that leg in there. Has that right leg tied up. Thought about a crossface. Now right, maybe a lever out the right side. Trying to tilt Kelleher again to his left, can't budge him. Been a very effective ride, but he's not scoring. Now he tries to hammerlock the right wrist and get up on his toes and step across. Now a half Nelson from the left side. Matsko breaks him down, 10 seconds to go. Phillipsburg's Logan Matsko gonna have a 2-0 lead after 1. Matsko's choice, he defers. Kelleher looks over to Coach George. He looks over. He's gonna take underneath to start the second. Kelleher gets set. Matsko picks up on the left ankle to break him down right away on the whistle. Trying to work a lever out the right side. Head in the right armpit of Kelleher. Matsko finishing 7th in the King of the Mountain, 8th in the Warren Hunterdon. This is freshman season. And he has worked over Dylan Kelleher with that right wrist, but has not been able to score any back points. .40 seconds gone in the second. Still a 2-0 lead. Now he wants a cradle. Low leg cradle. Head in the right side. Now wants a tilt again.
Kelleher's not come close to really getting to his base, let alone getting to his feet.
Matsko tries to free the wrist. May have a cradle. Matsko hooks the leg. Keeps that right leg hooked. Flattens out Kelleher with 35 seconds to go in this one. In the second period. They have spent this 2 minutes right in the center of the mat. Matsko's been in control, but has not been able to turn Dylan Kelleher. There's a stalling warning. That's a derisive cheer from the Stateliner fans to our right. Final 5 seconds. This would be an interesting choice. I think I'd take Top the way he's dominated here. 2-0 after 2. Dave Post says, yep, take Top.
Coaching brain trust all has thumbs up on that one.
Kelleher getting set.
Yeah, he did not come close to getting out there against Dylan Matsko.
Kelleher getting set. He picked up the ankle, the left ankle last time, and broke him right down. This time he goes to the chop on the right elbow. Kelleher's on his knees and he hooks that right leg. Takes the left, reaches inside for the right wrist. Now looking for a cradle out the right side. He's kept that leg hooked. Breaks down Kelleher. Again, we're right in the center of the mat. Chopping at that right elbow. 30 seconds gone in the third. Kelleher trying to stand. Matsko stands behind him, drops down on a leg, picks it up and maintains control. That's the first time he stood in 2 minutes and 45 seconds of the second and third. And Matsko got that very early takedown in the bout, still leading at 2-0.
He tried to split the legs to see if he could put Kelleher to his back, but it didn't work.
Has the claw on the left shoulder, reaching for the left wrist. Under a minute to go in the bout. This has been a very workmanlike effort by Phillipsburg freshman Logan Matsko.
I mean, to Kelleher's benefit here, he has not come close to being turned, but nor has he come anywhere near to getting out.
Matsko can hang on here. It would be the 6th win for the Stateliners, and they still have Travis Jones and Kyle Tino still left in the lineup, and Cullen Day. Matsko riding out the right side. 20 seconds to go in the bout. And again, it's been right in the middle of that mat circle. Matsko spins back, maintaining control. Matsko trying to tilt him to his right, but Logan Matsko is giving the ride of his life a 2-0 win at 106 over Dylan Kelleher. We are through 10. It is Phillipsburg 28 and Long Branch 15. This will be Ryan Zimmerman, the sophomore, 31-3, against Phillipsburg's Cullen Day, the senior, 20-8. Day diving in on a double. Zimmerman rolls on through. Day to his knees. Still no advantage. Day trying to pry the legs apart, come out the back door. Zimmerman has Day's left leg. Day picks up Zimmerman's left leg. Now it's Day who has to hang on. He steps atop Zimmerman. Still no advantage. Day's locked through the crotch at the end of the mat. Long Branch wants a takedown. Zimmerman trying to spin Day back on. Still no advantage here as Day stays locked through the crotch. Day trying to get his hips up off the mat. And there's a takedown for Zimmerman. That was a very, very good scramble, and Zimmerman came out on top for the takedown. There's a half Nelson in Day on the left side. Day gets to his knees. At the edge of the mat, in front of the Stateliner bench, and they're off. Cullen Day will get a fresh start here with 51 seconds to go in the first. Phillipsburg 28, Long Branch 15. We're at 113, or the 11th of 14. Day tries to stand. Looking for a cradle is Zimmerman. Zimmerman has the right leg in, trying to put the left leg in, take Day off his knees. Zimmerman's up high. Day doesn't have a free arm to try and shake him off. 20 seconds to wrestle here in the first, and a stalemate's called by referee John Reese.
Zimmerman beat Middletown North's Tyler Klinsky 7-4. Klinsky had beaten Cullen Day 8-1. They both had victories against William Tyson of Ocean.
Day trying to stand, stands. Zimmerman trying to put that left leg in. Final 10 seconds. Gets Day to his knees. First period ends 2-0. Ryan Zimmerman of Long Branch over Phillipsburg's Cullen Day. Day will choose neutral to start the second. So Day got in on a double, and in the scramble, it was Zimmerman who was able to complete the takedown.
They were both twisted up quite a bit, and I think at one point Cullen Day was looking for it.
Day's in on a leg, picks him up, and takes him down. It's 2-2.
That was a nice clean double. No scramble that time.
Reaches inside for the left wrist of Zimmerman. Right at the edge. That noise you heard was some of the officials coming in had paused right in front of some of the Stateliner fans in the front row, blocking their view, and they very gently let them know that they needed to move out of the way. 2-2. Here in the second, Day is going to cut him. So it is 3-2 Zimmerman with 1:11 to wrestle in the second. Takedowns are one apiece.
They look real good on that last double.
Zimmerman's a lot taller than Day. It is not unusual for Cullen Day to be wrestling a taller opponent. Day trying to snap down on the head. Dives in on that double. Drops Zimmerman down to his left hip. Zimmerman again trying to roll on through. Day keeping the leg. Day still has the leg. No advantage yet. Now he tries to tilt Day to his back. Still no advantage. Day still has Zimmerman's left leg. Day's trying to sit back into Zimmerman, and a stalemate's called by referee John Reese with 6 seconds to go. Now, I think Zimmerman, Bob, prefers the counter on the leg shot. Now, Day earlier had very clean double, but that time couldn't finish instantly, and Zimmerman nearly countered him for a takedown.
Yeah, he didn't have as much penetration. Zimmerman's got good hips and good instincts.
3-2 Zimmerman after 2. Zimmerman's going to go underneath, and Cullen Day will cut him. On the escape, Zimmerman goes up 4-2.
So that's a vote of confidence from the Stateliner bench and Cullen Day's ability to get a takedown here. He said that the double was good, the other two shots were not. One ended in giving up a takedown, the other ended in a stalemate.
15 seconds gone in the third. Stateliners again lead this match 28-15. We're in the 11th of 14.
It's a matter of penetration here. Zimmerman's got good hips, good instincts. If Cullen doesn't get in deep enough, Zimmerman's shown the ability to counter and counter well.
Day in on that double, drops him down to his hip. Again, Zimmerman stays locked around the legs. Still no advantage. Zimmerman immediately locks around Day's leg in that position. Day's around the head. Still no advantage here. He's got Day's left leg. That has stopped potentially dangerous, which Phillipsburg saw that they were screaming for Bob Hennig to come around and take a look because the referee of the bout, John Reese, was looking to see control and he didn't see it. And so the Phillipsburg fans or the bench and fans were up and shouting. Day pushing in on Zimmerman, and they go off, and Day just gave up a point. Day lost his cool and gave up a penalty point, and now he trails 5-2 with 42 seconds to go, and referee John Reese talking to the two boys right in the center.
Now he's got to take him down and put him to his back, and he's out of time.
Day in on the leg to a double, again drops him down to his hip, trying to hook that leg. This is the fourth time that Day's been in. Can he finish? Reaching out with his right leg, trying to hook the leg of Zimmerman.
He's got this one better.
Stalemate called at 14 seconds.
Well, that's a better attempt for Cullen to try to win this bout because he might have gotten a takedown, but he wasn't going to put him to his back from that position.
Zimmerman diving away, falling away. Day at the edge. They're off at 7 seconds.
It's been a well-contested bout.
Day looking for a headlock. 2 seconds, 1, and Zimmerman will win the bout. 5-2 over Cullen Day at 113. We are through 11. It is Phillipsburg 28 and Long Branch 18. The Long Branch wrestler has to be out first here at 120. Reporting to the table.
It's Chris Dean.
Dean is a senior, 23-9. It's either Bryce Parenti or Travis Jones for Phillipsburg. It's going to be Bryce Parenti. Bryce Parenti is a junior, 2-0. Dean trying to get in on a double on Parenti. Dean has a takedown and leads 2-0. Off they go. So the State Liners will end this with Travis Jones and Kyle Tino. They lead the match by 10 here at 120. Parenti just got in the lineup this week. Wrestled first against Colonia. And then on Wednesday in the victory over North Hunterdon. Parenti stands, trying to tear the hands apart on Dean. Steps through and got a 1 count on Parenti, that's all. Parenti had to scramble off his back. 1 minute gone here in the first.
Yeah, Parenti was dropped down to his shoulders by Dean, but he was able to roll through it.
Dean reaching back, right hand thigh pry. Out the right side. Parenti again to his knees, broken back down by Dean. .30 seconds to go here in the first. Dean takes Parenti's left wrist. Dean, a District 23 runner-up a year ago. Second in this year's Hawk Classic. 20 wins 2 years ago, 27 last year, and 23 so far this year. First period ends 2-0. Chris Dean of Long Branch over Phillipsburg, Bryce Perenni, and Dean will take underneath to start the second. Dean is set. Perenni right-hand tight waist. Dean stands right away. Bryce trying to trip him down, drops down to the left leg. Dean trying to spin around and get a reversal. Perenni still has the leg. Trying to hook Perenni's leg. Perenni's still in control here. There's a reversal. Dean on top, 4-0. Perenni still has that leg, and a stalemate's called by referee John Reese. Dean is going to cut Perenni, and it'll be 4-1. Working takedowns here with 1:20 to go in the second. Dean has a first period takedown, second period reversal. Perenni has an escape. Power shrug attempted by Dean, blocked off by Perenni. Dives in on a double. Steps through, has the takedown. Dean leads Perenni 6-1. He will cut him. 6-2. Circling at the edge. Perenni trying to get in on the right leg, but got flattened out behind D's right knee. Can't lock behind that and improve his position. They're off the mat. 38 seconds to wrestle in the second.
That was a good move by Perenni, though. He's going to have to be on the offense. Just sit back is not going to work against Chris Dean.
Wrestlers tie up, break apart. "15 seconds to go here in the second with Dean on top, 6-2. Tries that power shrug, cannot push Perenni on by him, stick a leg in to get it. 5 seconds to go. Diving in is Dean. There's a stalling warning on Perenni as the period ends. 6-2, Dean after 2. Perenni will go underneath in the third.
Here again, this is not a match the state runners expect to win, but Perenni's job is to avoid bonus points.
Yeah, I think Dave Post is very confident with Travis Jones coming up next, who would have a chance to clinch it. He will cut Perenni on the escape, 6-3. Again, Dave Post telling us after the match on Wednesday night about, not giving up bonus points. And right now, Long Branch has 1 fall and 4 regular decisions. And the State Liners have bonus points in 5 bouts. 5 of their 6 wins were for bonus.
Yeah, they've hunted the points where they could get them and have avoided giving them up on the bouts where they're clearly at a disadvantage.
And they also did that in the morning round against Roxbury. I mean, you wouldn't think a lot about that with that the end result being as big as it was. In on the leg is Dean, but the State Liners did avoid the bonus in the bouts that they lost. Gave up 1 forfeit. Everything else was a regular decision. Perenni trying to dive away and gets free, and they're off the mat at 44 seconds. 6-3 lead for Chris Dean. Working takedowns. Dean with 2 and a reversal. He's in on Perenni's left leg behind the knee. Picks his legs up over top, trying to dump Perenni down to his hip. Stateliner coach is telling him to belly down. He gives up the takedown. It's 8-3, Dean. Trying to work a front head and arm. Trying to get around and lock up a cradle around the right side. It'll be an 8-3 regular decision for Chris Dean of Long Branch over Phillipsburg's Bryce Perenni. We're through 12. It's Phillipsburg 28 and Long Branch 21. Travis Jones will come up for Phillipsburg at 126. We believe this will be Steve Pabone. It is Pabone. Pabone's a junior 10-7. Jones is a junior 30-4. Quickly in on a leg behind the knee. Jones to a double. Drops Pabone down to his left hip. Circling with him. Jones trapping the leg. He and Pabone still spinning on the mat. He now drops Pabone down to his left hip. Jones picking up on a leg. Still no advantage here. Now reaches back for the head as Pabone had a hand and a wrist locked through the crotch. Jones has a takedown and has Pabone on his back momentarily. Jones with the legs is going to turn him. Jones with the takedown and a 2-0 lead. The Stateliner Junior can ice it with a win. Takes the underhooks the left shoulder. Hooks the left leg. Pabone sits. Jones maintaining control. Pabone stands. Jones will pick him up. Can't drop him to the mat. Tried to pick him up again. They go off the mat. 36 seconds to wrestle in the first. Dave Post telling Jones, be careful. Pabone tries to sit out. Stands. Jones with a standing hazard. Trying to tilt Pabone to his right. Couldn't do it.
It's worked that well recently, but not here.
Has the left arm pulled across the body at the wrist. Gives up on it. Takes the left wrist. Has the right wrist as well, out the left side. Trying to drive a half from the right. Driving the half. Pabone looking away. First period ends 2-0 for Travis Jones at Phillipsburg over Stephen Pabone. Jones will go underneath to start the second. Jared Margincelli just said Peterson roll.
Absolutely.
Pabone trying to reach back. Hooks Jones' left leg. Jones popping out of that. Jones in on a double take, has a reversal, has Pabone on his back. 2 count, 3, 4, 5. Still has the arm tied up. Jones with a reversal. And 3 back points. 5-point play. Jones leads 7-0. Jones reaches inside for the left, right wrist. Trying to work a hazard. Controlling that left wrist now. Reaching back through the crotch. Trying to set up a cradle. Pabone to his knees and then trying to stack him up. Jones maintaining control. Pabone stands. He's out. It is 7-2. Now perhaps he only had 2 back points. It's 6-1 on the board. I thought they had indicated 3. Jones is in on the leg, on the right leg. Pabon trying to hang around the midsection of Jones. Pressure's on the head. Jones has him in a sitting position. Jones trying to switch now to a double. Has the left leg hooked and a takedown. Jones goes up 8-1. Jones trying to turn him with the legs. 1 count, 2, 3. Going to be 2 more back points for Jones. Jones is up 10-1 after 2. Pabon's, he chose underneath in the 3rd. Not many people will choose to go underneath Travis Jones, and even fewer will choose to do it trailing 10-1. He stands. Jones tries to pick him up. Jones able to get him in a sitting position. And will break down Pabon. 140 to go. Stateliners 140 away from their 5th consecutive Group 4 championship. Pabon stands. Jones trying to step through. Pabon stands. He's out. 10-2. Pabon has to be the aggressor here. Shoots in. Jones sprawls. Jones underhooking the left shoulder. At the edge of the mat. Jones spinning around, head in the side. Pabon spins the other way. They are off, no advantage. Just under a minute to go in the bout.
Jones did get that reversal in the 2nd period, but it wasn't quite with the Peterson. He had an arm and just popped his head out.
Jones in on the leg. Has Pabon in a sitting position. Right hip down on the mat with 45 seconds to go. Pabon trying to come up off the mat. Jones still has that right leg trapped, and it's stalemated with 32 seconds to go in the bout. Jones dives in on the leg behind the right knee, hand and a wrist locked behind the right knee. Pabon trying to spin around behind Jones. 15 seconds to go. Jones still has that right leg behind the knee. Count them down, Stateliner fans. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and Phillipsburg, the Group 4 state champions. Stateliners with an insurmountable 32-21 lead as Jones gets a 10-2 major at 126. 32-21 Phillipsburg as we go to 132. This should be Stefani Silva for Long Branch, and it's Kyle Tino for Phillipsburg. Tino is a junior. He is 18-8. Silva is a junior, 14-11. Got his right leg well wrapped and padded. Tino tried to pull in the right arm, couldn't do it. Our thanks, by the way, to the Long Branch coaches, as one of them has come over on each bout to tell us who's out there for the Green Wave, and we had that similar cooperation from Roxbury today, and we're very appreciative of that because it takes a while for the public address announcer to catch up, and we've got, wrestlers moving up in weight classes and multiple wrestlers weighed in. High Point, I believe, has just won the Group 2 championship over Raritan. 30-25, that final. Tino has a takedown. Tino out in front, 2-0. Stateliners have 2 falls, a technical fall, 3 majors, and a regular decision. Long Branch has a fall and 4 regular decisions.
With that takedown, Phillipsburg with a 25-10 advantage on their feet today.
Had a very good day on their feet. Tino tries to underhook the left shoulder as Silva stands. Silva is out. On the escape, 2-1, Tino. Tino trying to spin around, hooking Silva's right ankle, and he got the takedown with 7 seconds to go. The Stateliner Junior has a 4-1 lead. This is going to be, it is Phillipsburg's 22nd state group title. That's in 39 total group appearances. They're 37 for 39 in sectionals. So in the 39 years of the tournament, this is their 22nd win.
And 7th in a row.
Tino wrapping the tight waist around the left side here in the second, ahead 4-1. Wraps that around the left side of Silva. Wants to bar the left arm. So Kyle got the Stateliners going in the first match, and now gets to bat cleanup. Off they go. Minute 25 to wrestle in the second.
He had a first period pin this morning to launch them over Roxbury.
Caution, that one's on Kyle Tino. Silva set. Tino right hand tight waist, left elbow. Controls that left elbow and the whistle at the wrist. Grinding out the left side. Silva stands and comes out. And on the escape, Tino leads 4-2. One minute to wrestle in the second. Tino diving in on the right leg, picks up, steps through, and has his third takedown, leading Silva 6-2. First round and quarterfinals of the District 9 tournament, 9:30 next Saturday. We will have the semifinals live for you. That'll be at 1 o'clock. The consolation finals are at 3 o'clock, and we'll have the championship finals for you at 4:30. 20 seconds to wrestle here in the second. Tino with 3 takedowns, leading 6-2. Silva stands and Tino with the mat return. Second period ends, 6-2. Kyle Tino of Phillipsburg over Stavini Silva. Tino underneath in the third. Tino is out in 5 seconds, and he leads 7-2. Dave Post thought if the Stateliners won the flip, they could get 8 or more. And if Kyle Tino hangs on here, they will get 9 of the 14. Stateliners lost the flip on Wednesday against North Hunterdon, lost the flip Friday to Middletown North, lost the flip to Roxbury this morning. Tino has a takedown. Goes up 9-2, and they're off the mat with 1:16 to wrestle. Tino will cut him to make it 9-3. Tino trying to work a butt drag. Spins around behind to the right of Silva and has a takedown. Tino has built to the major. He has an 11-3 lead. Tries to check him back. De Silva's able to roll on through. Tino has the left arm barred. And rolling on through that is Silva for a reversal. It's 11-5. Favor of Tino. That was a nice job by Silva to roll through and get control.
It was. That was well done.
30 seconds to go in the bout. Off they go, right in front of us.
But 5 takedowns for Kyle Tino has helped him build that 11-5 lead.
Tino's underneath. Getting set, hands and knees. Right hand tight waist by Silva. Trying to wrap that tight waist around the left side. 20 seconds to go. Picks up on Tino's left ankle, trying to break him down. 10 seconds to go. Tino is out. On the escape, it is 12-5. This will be Tino in on the leg, will not finish. It is a 12-5 regular decision for Kyle Tino of Phillipsburg over Stavini Silva of Long Branch. The final in the Group 4, New Jersey Group 4 State Championship. Phillipsburg 35 and Long Branch 21. Stateliners with 2 falls, a technical fall, 3 majors, and 2 regular decisions. The Green Wave had a fall and 4 regular decisions. The New Jersey Group 4 Championship on the Stateliner Sports Network, a service of the Rothman Institute, a worldwide leader in orthopedics, an official orthopedic partner of the NJSIAA. Visit rothmaninstitute.com. By Ahart, Frinzi & Smith, recognized as one of the leading insurance agencies in the United States. Find out more at afsinsurance.com. By Urco Credit Union, 450 Hillcrest Boulevard in Phillipsburg and 2240 Northampton Street in Easton. Great rates, low fees. Visit us at urcocu.com. By Open Mic, for exclusive coverage of the Stateliners and the entire Hunterdon, Warren, Sussex area, follow Mike Weileman's blog at mikeopen.blogspot.com. By Welcome to the Pit, a history of Phillipsburg wrestling is available. Order yours on Amazon today. And follow Phillipsburg Wrestling on Twitter at PBurgHS Wrestling. That's PBurgHS WRESTLIN. So Phillipsburg has made it 5 straight Group 4 titles, beating Long Branch 35-21 and getting the acknowledgement from the Stateliner fans.
Pair of falls from Harrison and Zinsmeister, tech fall from Wissing, and Meyer, Tino, and Ramos with major decisions, and probably more importantly, they didn't give up bonus points themselves except for one pin.
And that was in the morning round. They had a forfeit and 2 regular decisions. So it was a job done by the up and down the Stateliner lineup as the team is gathered on the center of the mat for the official trophy presentation. Dave Post is there, and they just cued the announcer. the 13th Group 4 championship for Phillipsburg. That to go with 9 Group 3 championships. Stateliners have been in Group 4 since the state expanded 3 or 4 years ago to the 5-group tournament. So Stateliner captains, the seniors, all down on one knee in the front row with the trophy. A lot of smiles on the faces of the Stateliners. Again, making it 5 in a row. They last, it was the 2012-2013 season when Hunter and Central knocked them off. The last time that the Stateliners did not prevail. And Coach Post has joined us, and Bob and I were talking about today. It was, it was up and down the lineup, and even in defeat, you were just losing regular decisions.
We have never wrestled this well here. Never, ever. I just can't. I can't believe it. I can't believe how selflessly our kids wrestle. Just the performances that we put on, the kids that we were beating, and just how, we seriously, we were wondering during the year, do we have to work on pinning combinations a little bit more? We don't really get after the pin, but just how aggressively we wrestled today was spectacular. I couldn't be more proud. Even guys that get in the lineup that, sparingly get in, Bryce Parenti, and Kyrie got his first varsity match, and, he went out there and did a job for us. So, I'm so thankful. These kids work so darn hard. They carry such a, it's a lot of pressure. And the more you win, the more the pressure gets, and they don't let it get to them. When they get down here, it's every time. It's just magic. The kids know this arena like our home gym.
The improvement from the start of the season and even from the end of last season. At 170, Lance Wissing, who was, part-time, had some injury problems last year, but under 500.
Yeah.
He's now 32-3, and
spectacular.
Maximum team points.
Yeah. He's actually they go back. He and Jonesy go back and forth every match of who's in the lead for. Coach Silvas keeps track of all the stats for the guys, so they take pride in what category they're leading. They're within for this season. Those two guys are within a point of each other. I'm sure they'll tell me on the bus ride home who's in the lead. But yeah, and it's a credit to you. You can't go up that many weight classes without putting in. A spectacular off season and lifting, and he doesn't look like he went up 40 pounds, but he just put a lot of time in.
You got a great start tonight. Cody Harrison and Jason Zismais, and they ignited the crowd as well.
Yeah, we said that in the back. We gave them the story about over at the Easton Duels a few years back. When I was just an assistant the first year, and we told them about how momentum can work in a bout, and they were spectacular that year, and we were just better that night, and we got off on that roll, and when Zinni hit that pancake, it's man, this thing's going to go our way. We just knew it then, and then Josh comes out and wrestles a phenomenal bout, and to come out and win the first. I guess we won the first 5 matches. It's that's the kind of momentum that you need in a big match like that.
You were pretty confident about 6 and for bonus points, and then if we can just get a couple, and you just kept getting more and more.
Oh yeah, and that was again how aggressively our kids were. They just wanted it. They know what it means to put another one of those trophies up in the trophy case, and it's really cool.
And for the seniors, that is one every year in their high school career.
Yeah, just like last year's class, and I'm sure the expectation will be the same. And we'll get to we're going to focus on the individuals right now, and the guys have done a lot of selfless wrestling, and now it's all about them. They can be a little selfish, and but then when we get to once after Atlantic City, we're going to get to the drawing board and get back to work for another one.
Well, congratulations on the win. 5 consecutive state championships, and I don't know how you felt about it at the beginning of the season, but you could see the improvement in the kids, all the way up. And, you beat everybody you got in front of you, and that's how you win a state title. Yeah,
we finish every practice, and every workout and every lift and every run. We finish every single one, state champs. And, the kids, every email we send, says the next year, my first email, my email this week will say number 23 on the bottom, and that's how we operate in Phillipsburg. And, I think we put on a pretty good product.
All right, we'll see you. We'll catch up to you after the semifinals next Saturday, Coach.
Yep, thank you very much.
Dave Post, head coach of the Stateliners, who win their 5th consecutive state championship, beating Long Branch 35-21. And for Coach Post, it's now 129 wins against 20 defeats. Phillipsburg now 492, 63-1 against New Jersey competition since 1979-80. And all-time the school 957, 263-7. We began the match at 1:38. Cody Harrison of Phillipsburg a fall in 2:12 over Ryan Carey. 1:45 Jason Zinsmeister a fall in 1:12 over Isaac Showett. 1:52 Josh Ramos 14-5 major decision over Luis Saez. 1:60 Brian Meyer 15-5 major decision over Luke Arnold. 1:70 Lance Wissing technical fall 17-2 and 5:31 over Edgar Padilla, and it was 25-0 Phillipsburg after 5. Daniel Santos Silva won a 3-2 decision over Phillipsburg's Austin Roth at 1:82. Peter Wersinger for Long Branch a fall in 3:35 over Kyrie Wallace, making his varsity debut, 25-9 at the midway point. 2:20 Lakeem Morris won a 6-5 decision over Phillipsburg's Shamir Broders, cut at 25-12. 2:85 Kevin Cerruti, Long Branch a 2-0 decision over Pat Sharp, 25-15. Logan Matzko of Phillipsburg, first period takedown, rode out Dylan Kelleher, rode him out in the second, rode him out in the third, and won a 2-0 decision. 28-15 Phillipsburg. Then Ryan Zimmerman won a 5-2 decision over Cullen Day at 1:13, cutting the Phillipsburg lead to 10. And then Bryce Perenni dropped an 8-3 decision to Chris Dean at 1:20, 28-21 Phillipsburg. Then Travis Jones iced it, 10-1, 10-2 major decision over Steve Pabon to make it 32-21. And then Kyle Tino came back with a decision, 12-5 over Stavini Silva, 35-21 Phillipsburg. So the State Liners win 5 in a row, Bob, for the group titles, state championships in a row, and now it's on the individuals next Saturday.
They've played very well as a team today and over the past couple weeks, with different guys slotting into the lineup where Coach Post needed them. They got good performances today from Bryce Perenni and Pat Sharp, and managing to not give up bonus points. And the guys who did need to get the bonus points got them in spades. Very commanding position on their feet again. Phillipsburg has been great on their feet, 27-10 today.
So we'll be back Saturday, approximately 12:50 will be our broadcast time for the District 9 semifinals from Phillipsburg High School. For our supervising broadcast technician, Jared Marchicelli, and our production assistant, Jake Kosa, for Bob Kerp, I'm Mike Moore in the State Liners Sports Network. State Liners win their 5th consecutive. Have a great what's left of the weekend. We'll see you Saturday.